Wrestling World Championship.
And the reigning internet champion, beef enough waiting. Here he is, the leader of the cause.
Introducing us, the challenger. Representing the cause. He is your P.E.W Internet Champion.
As I understand it, H. Hood made his case to the Prestige rather than coming to Chocolate Thunder to say that, look, because I beat Oscar Prospero at Legacy before Prospero won the world title later that night, he is due a shot at the world title without having to put his internet title on the line, which I think is an interesting choice, but one that was made without your knowledge, as I understand it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff that goes on, Dave. Genuinely things that I've not even heard of or has been discussed with me. But, you know, I would have decided this anyway, yeah. H. Hood did defeat Prospero before he won the World Championship, so he's due a world title shot.
Yeah, why? Put the title on the line.
Yeah.
It could be title for title here.
It could have been, yeah.
He's so confident in his own abilities, put his money where his mouth is.
Yeah.
And introducing his opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way through the ring, he is your phenomenal elite wrestling world champion, the Poet of Pain, Oscar Prospero.
And what a moment it was 3 weeks ago when Smashing Mike, having lost that world title to Adam Bolt, encouraged Prospero to cash in his golden ticket, his opportunity to become the world champion. And my goodness, we know what happened next. The title changing hands again, this time in favor of the Merchant of Menace.
What a night that was.
Here's the best part, Dave. My goodness, it nearly broke my wine glass. Set of lungs.
Prospero, a consummate performer. One of the real fan favourites here. Unfitting as well. This Shakespearean-esque figure in Oscar Prospero, champion of a promotion like P.E.W, based in Stratford-upon-Avon.
H. Hood reminding Oscar Prospero that the last time they met, H. Hood had the victory.
Different circumstances now, though. Prospero, P.E.W world champion, and deservedly so.
Yeah. I get the impression from Prospero, he can't quite believe he has reached the top of the mountain here.
This is why people love him, because it's relatable. We've all had struggles in life, and we've all not believed in ourselves, but look at what he's done since he's been here at P.E.W. There's so many stories here at P.E.W as well. He started here and the crowd weren't quite on board with him, and then he's become a world champion, and everyone's got behind him. True success story here in P.E.W, Oscar Prospero.
Imposter syndrome, absolutely not justified, because very much deserves to be the world champion, as H. Hood, hopefully, is about to find out. Having politicked his way into this shot for the world title without his internet title being up for grabs. See how he can do, and of course we've got to bear in mind that although they're not here at ringside, the other members of the cause are here tonight. We've seen both of them in action earlier on, and if things start heading south for H. Hood, you've got to wonder whether we might see them out here.
they know what's good for them, they'll stay backstage. I believe Ryden's been knocked senseless, so he's trying to figure out where he is and what his name is.
And Ilano Stone was sent to the underworld by Chris Aries. And hopefully Oscar Prospero can top off the night by taking down H. Hood.
I think you're starting to show off slightly with the ancient references. I'm here for it.
Thank you.
A history lesson and a wrestling show all in one.
And we have a true thespian as a champion here at P.E.W.
H. Hood, though, for his part, in his second reign as internet champion. He was the first ever internet champion here in P.E.W. back in the day.
And I certainly think since H. Hood has taken that internet title, the quality of the internet has declined. What are your thoughts, Chocolate Thunder?
I've definitely noticed a drop in my download speeds, for sure.
Hood's aim, I think we can all say, fairly cynically, when he started the cause, was to bring championship gold and glory to himself rather than to anyone else who may be one of his henchmen. And to that extent, you've got to say the cause has been a success as a group.
Yeah, well, he lost one of his henchmen, didn't he? Michael Pal 40, coming back to the light.
Sort of sense.
Hopefully, courtesy of you and 40, the cause might soon lose the P.E.W tag team titles as well, but that's a matter for another day. Right now, the P.E.W World title on the line. This first title defense for the new champion, Oscar Prospero.
Muscled him down.
Pin.
That's one way to get out of a side headlock.
Raw strength there. Tackling him down to the canvas, getting his shoulders down. I don't want to contribute to this imposter syndrome that we talked about with Oscar Prospero, but normally give the champion the advantage, given that titles can only change hands, pinfall or submission, but H. Hood is so dangerous, so aggressive. If you're betting your house on one or the other, you bet on Hood.
Absolutely, he's playing the mind games already. He's already trying to get in Oscar's head. Oscar just needs to ignore his barbs and just focus on the physical side of this match.
Yeah, Hood is certainly potentially in his best shape of his career, rocking the Butcher's singlet, looking like $1 million. Unfortunately, his attitude doesn't represent that, but you can't deny that he is a top contender for P.E.W. And Oscar Prospero certainly could be in jeopardy here tonight.
Screaming down in the face there of Prospero before he goes to the ropes. Slipping underneath, and Prospero lands on top of him. Just about able to jump on the shoulders.
Yeah, Oscar Prospero is deceptively muscular. A real thick frame, almost that of a rugby player. Those thick legs, tree trunk legs. And he managed to just take Hood down to the mat there.
Great adaptability as well. It's from an unorthodox position to take Hood down.
Speaking of unorthodox, there's a pinning predicament from Prospero. Gives him a 2 count. Man, but what a shot, that aggression of Hood coming to save him. Oh, what a strike across the back. You heard that dull thud across the spine of the P.E.W World Champion.
You wonder if Oscar Prospero owes H. Hood some money.
You can hear from the way Hood is screaming in the face of Prospero. He thinks that Prospero owes him a championship belt, is what he thinks.
Lovely agility there from Prospero.
Sit out hip toss from the world champion. Drop kick to the back of the neck. Prospero, much like the great performers of Shakespearean times, really does feed off the energy of the fans. Oof, but a poor Yorick there was Oscar Prospero.
Nearly had him there. Nearly was about to end the match right there.
And H. Hood knew that, slithering out of the ring like the serpent that he is.
Hood just taking his time, and shudder to think that if Hood were to win this, then the cause would be in possession of the P.E.W World title, the Internet title, and the Tag Team titles. It would be, certainly in terms of men's wrestling here in P.E.W, a clean sweep for that group. And I don't think any group in the history of phenomenal elite wrestling would therefore be as powerful as that group would be. Here comes Prospero trying to stop that from happening with the baseball slide, taking it down Hood.
Oh my goodness. You wonder if this is getting a little bit personal between these two now.
Judging by what Hood's saying to Oscar in the ring, I wouldn't be surprised by Prescott.
I think every match that H. Hood is in gets personal because of the way he conducts himself, because of the way he just talks trash to all of his opponents. He's a nasty piece of work, is H. Hood. Prospero putting a beating on him here, though. He's clubbing strikes across the chest. Hood taken down off of that chair.
He needs to get back in the ring. The ref's at 7 with the count.
Prospero would retain the title, of course, in the event of a count out, but he doesn't want to win it that way. He doesn't even draw it that way, dropping Hood.
I'm going to say we didn't hear a 10 from the strikes, but we might hear a 10 from the ref.
He stopped a high five when he was on a count of 9. He's got to be very, very careful there, Prospero. And in fact, he was a little bit distracted, and that knee right into the skull from Hood. There's the uppercut.
Prospero covering up there, but looks like to no avail. Those vicious strikes.
Hood's losing his cool a little bit, mate, from the looks of things.
Hood, a very angry man, normally able to channel that rage towards his opponents in a way that benefits him.
I've been on the bad side of Hood's aggression many, many times. It's not a place you want to be, whether he's keeping his cool or not, Dave.
The elbow from Hood, well, Hood wanting his opponents in focus as he goes for the cover here, gets a 2 count, wants his opponents to feel that wrath, but he needs to do it in a way that doesn't get him disqualified is the point. Sometimes he goes right up to the edge of that line.
Off the hair.
Again, all these minor infringement of the rules. He knows he's not going to get disqualified for pulling the hair. So he's going to do it, even though the referee is going to reprimand him for it. The elbow there right into the top of the head. Looking for the Hood hammer. No, he wasn't. He went for a snap suplex and got it. Got all of it. Hood on top again.
There was so much velocity on that snap suplex that Oscar Prospero almost landed on his tailbone. Vicious.
My heart does just skip a beat every time that H. Hood is getting one of these near falls, because he said that the thought of the cause, walking out with all of the championship gold here, really not a pleasant thing to consider.
Yeah, the last time we saw a team dominate so much, it was the Entitled, Dave, and those were dark days for P.E.W. indeed.
Speaking of the Entitled, it was great to see Martin Kirby, a former world champion, here earlier tonight for the first time in 6 months. He's got to be in that conversation, having won tonight, for future contenders, for whoever walks out of here this evening as world champion. Prospero going to make sure it's him. He's looking for the back suplex, I think. Instead, another elbow to the head from Hood. And another one.
Oh my goodness.
That'll loosen some vertebrae.
The ring moved.
Ferocity with that charge into the corner. Hood using all of his might to throw the world champion into the turnbuckles. He's going to do the same the other way. Move that ring an inch the other way.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's back where it was now, but not to the delight of Oscar Prospero. He's taking an absolute pounding on these turnbuckles.
He's a tough guy, Oscar. I'll give him that, but I worry for him now. Hood's really ramping up the aggression.
Yeah, this is, I think, how some of us envisage that this match, unfortunately, might go, because so powerful, so aggressive. Prospero is a much nicer human being than Hood, but that doesn't win you wrestling matches necessarily. Got to find that mean streak. Shoulder thrust here. Prospero's going to come up over the top, looking for the sunset flip. Hood holding on to the ropes. Grip was broken by Prospero, got a 2 count out of it. Hood now, going behind. Going for that back suplex again. This time he gets it. Prospero dumped hard on the back of his neck. And that World Championship really is in trouble now.
Devastating backdrop driver there from H. Hood. We thought that Oscar Prospero had a little bit of hope there with that double leg Nelson over the top rope there, but Hood actually kicked out by kicking Oscar Prospero straight in the head. This is the kind of man that he's up against.
He enjoys it. He enjoys administering this beating. He's a bully. That's what he is.
He's got a sense of entitlement as well. He keeps saying he deserves that title.
Well, then prove it. Prove it with your actions. You don't have to scream it in your opponent's face. You're that good, beat the man.
I think this is having the opposite effect. I think this is firing Oscar Prospero up.
Maybe H. Hood's mouth's getting him into trouble here. Prospero. Strikes here from Oscar Prospero. Reversal of the Irish whip though from Hood. Prospero ducks a clothesline. Able to take Hood down.
Fine forearm.
Right hand. And the chop. The kick. What a combo there from Prospero. Oh. Dropping the face of Hood onto his knee. Here comes Prospero. Clothesline in the corner. Another one.
Oh, flapjack. The Bard is back in business, Dave. This could be it.
Dumped hard on his front there was H. Hood. The right shoulder comes up for the internet champion.
2 in 5/16 still, I believe, Prescott.
Fractions are getting smaller and smaller for these pinfalls.
Neither of you have converted to decimal any time in the past century.
Crowd are firmly behind Oscar now. They can feel the change in the energy.
Prospero with that half Nelson lock applied, but couldn't keep a hold of it. Hood went for the boot, couldn't get it. There's the elbow. They're going to try for that back suplex a second time, but Prospero able to convert it into...
Oh my goodness, what we got here?
Is he looking for a Styles clash?
Oh,
Yes, he is.
don't think he got all of it.
Yeah. Hood was able to get his elbows up and a kick out there. Prospero wasn't able to hook the arms of Hood behind his legs there, and that allowed Hood to just get those elbows up so that his face didn't take a majority of the impact. And I wonder, as you say, Chucky, whether that might be what saved him there.
It looked to be desperation. It looked like Hood was going for his patented Blue Thunder Bomb. I've never seen Oscar Prospero attempt a Styles clash before. He's pulling out all the stops for us tonight.
I don't think I've seen one in a P.E.W show, let alone Oscar doing one.
Oh my God, he almost took his head off. Almost took his head off there. The straps come down. Dropped him right on his neck.
This could be it.
It Hood, new world champion here. No. Oscar Prospero gets the right shoulder up, keeps this alive for now.
2.99, Dave, there.
Here we go, into decimals. To the 21st century we come.
You talk about heart in the mouth moment there, Dave. That was the moment.
What's Hood got now?
Yeah, was it the moment? Hood's hoping to create another moment, another much more dramatic moment by getting that 3 count, becoming the world champion. Fireman's carry now from H. Hood.
Here we go.
Oh my goodness.
Prospero tried for that earlier.
Get the pin.
This time you got to pin him then. You got to pin him.
He's got no.
Oh.
What's,
He decided he's going to do some more damage.
Did he just say moonsault?
Moonsault?
I'm not sure about this.
Oh no.
I've
never
this could
seen
be a mistake.
I've never seen Oscar Prospero climb to the second rope.
He said he'd have to pull out all the stops to beat H. Hood. I don't know if he's...
Oh my goodness, he whiplashed his head.
Oh my God.
So hard there.
He's already taken some serious damage to that back and that neck. I think that might have just made it worse.
Prospero, landing on the back of his neck. Hood rolled towards the corner, and Prospero was so distracted he didn't even hit the moonsault. He just kind of fell backwards, still able to get the kick here. Oh, he might hit the poor Yorick through the ropes. The Hangman. Oh, Yorick from Oscar Prospero. It came from absolutely nowhere, and it ensures that Prospero remains the P.E.W World Champion. I don't know about you, gentlemen. I think that is a lucky escape for Oscar Prospero. It seemed to me like H. Hood was on the brink of victory, but Prospero did what great champions do. He found a way to win in a match that wasn't going his way.
Absolutely, Dave. I genuinely thought at one moment that Hood was going to walk away with that P.E.W World Championship. However, as you say, Oscar found that extra gear that you have to as a champion. You have to reach for places you've never been before and pull out all the stops to keep that belt around your waist.